Welcome back to Wisdom Unveiled. So glad you're joining us for our second deep dive into the truly profound world of Iranian philosophy. Now, before we jump in, just a quick important note. This deep dive is based on translations, reproductions really, of conversations with some very eminent Iranian philosophers, people like Dr. Ibrahim Dinani and Dr. Ismail Manzouri Larijani. We've worked really hard on accuracy, but with translations, some nuances, some specific details, they might not come across perfectly. So we do apologize in advance if there are any discrepancies. And as always, your feedback, your insights, they're incredibly valuable to us.
Right. So last time we just started to scratch the surface of Ibn Sina's, colossal intellect. Avicenna, as he's known in the West, we saw he was just a monumental figure, truly global. Today we're going even deeper. We want to explore his unique philosophical landscape, specifically how his thinking didn't just challenge his era, it actually transcended it. Yeah, offering ideas that, frankly, still resonate and challenge modern philosophy today. Our mission really is to unpack what made Ibn Sina's approach so groundbreaking.
We'll look at his fascinating distinctions between types of wisdom, some surprising stuff there. We'll touch on the tragic loss of one of his huge works, and really discover how his understanding of knowledge itself gives us a compelling alternative, maybe even a solution, to some big dilemmas in contemporary Western thought. Get ready, because honestly, what we're about to uncover might just shift how you think about knowing itself. So picking up right where we left off, one of the most remarkable things about Ibn Sina, what really sets him apart, is that he didn't just walk the path Aristotle laid out. Brilliant as it was, he actually went beyond it, transcended it. He forged a new trail, didn't he?
He absolutely did. And what's truly fascinating, I think, and it speaks volumes about his intellectual power, is that he had this critical sharpness. He didn't just spot the gaps in Aristotelian thought. He actively worked to fill them.
Right, not just a critic.
No, he synthesized, he innovated, and often he drew from this older, richer tradition, the ancient Khusrawani Wisdom.
The pre-Islamic Persian ideas.
Exactly. That tradition steeped in, metaphor and spiritual insight. It emphasized light, direct spiritual illumination. Not just the discursive logic of the Greeks. It's like he took Greek rationality, the best of it, and fused it with this deep, intuitive spiritual insight from his own heritage. Created something, entirely new.
That's a powerful blend.
Yeah.
And he even categorized wisdom itself in a way that really pushes beyond the standard Greek view, didn't he? It wasn't just one thing for him.
Absolutely. He made a distinction between two profoundly different types of wisdom, complementary though. The first he called discursive wisdom, hikmat bathi. This is probably what most of us think of first when we hear philosophy, Wisdom built on logical argument, step-by-step reasoning, discussion, teaching.
Right. Syllogisms, proofs.
Exactly. Constructing knowledge, the kind of rigorous analytical thought you debate in academies. It's the mind's journey, mapping premise to conclusion.
And the second type, this is where I think his genius really comes through, offering something really distinct.
Indeed. That would be intuitive wisdom, hikmat daki. Now, this isn't just, the absence of argument. It's described as a direct, unmediated taste.
A taste.
Yeah, or an apprehension of truth. Ibn Sina actually placed what he called hadasiyat, these powerful intuitive insights, he placed them among the certainties. Not just guesswork.
Wow, not guesswork.
Not at all. Imagine it like a rapid, almost instantaneous mental leap to a conclusion. A powerful intellectual intuition. Now, it can be verified later by discursive reason, sure, but it doesn't need that step-by-step logic in the moment it flashes.
Like an aha.
Precisely. That aha moment when a complex problem just clicks, or like recognizing a friend's face instantly without listing features. It's where mind and heart, reason and direct experience, they just unite. A single, immediate understanding.
That kind of profound approach, blending the intellectual and the intuitive, it makes the loss of one of his major works even more tragic. We're talking about Al-Insaf.
Oh, absolutely. It's genuinely heartbreaking. It raises this huge question. How much of his most unique thought, his most groundbreaking stuff was just lost forever with Al-Insaf? It was this massive work, apparently 20 volumes, titled The Impartial Judgment.
20 volumes.
Yeah. And reports suggest that in it, he wasn't just critiquing Aristotle or synthesizing him. The title Impartial Judgment suggests he was weighing Aristotle's ideas and then, crucially, adorning them with his own unique insights. Insights leaning heavily towards that illuminationist philosophy influenced by the Khusrawani Wisdom we mentioned.
And it was just gone.
Sadly, yes. The entire thing was destroyed during a brutal attack on Isfahan. It's just a profound, irreplaceable loss for the history of human thought. We're left trying to piece together his full vision from fragments.
And this incredible synthesis he achieved, this blend of rigorous philosophy and deep intuition, almost mysticism. It put him in a difficult spot, didn't it?
Yeah.
Led to a kind of double injustice.
Precisely. That's a very apt way to put it. He found himself attacked from both sides, experiencing what some scholars call mumumiat emosaf. On one hand, you had the strict Aristotelians, figures like Ibn Rushd, Averroes in the West. They sharply criticized him for not being Aristotelian enough.
Right. Too much illumination.
Exactly. They dismissed those tendencies as fantasy, departures from pure reason. They couldn't, or maybe wouldn't, grasp how he'd move beyond their framework. But then simultaneously, you had mystics and poets like the great Ghazali, often attacking him for being too Aristotelian.
He's too intellectual.
Too intellectual, exactly. Too cerebral, accusing him of not fully engaging with his own deeply spiritual writings. And he wrote extensively on love, on gnosis, the soul. It just perfectly highlights his unique and often quite solitary position. A rare genius bridging two worlds, but often misunderstood by the purists on either side.
A philosopher for philosophers and a mystic for mystics.
Yeah.
But maybe too much of both for either camp alone.
You could say that it made him an outlier.
Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial point. How does Ibn Sina's ancient wisdom speak to a puzzle that modern Western philosophy is still grappling with? The very nature of knowledge itself. The text suggests he offered a kind of solution to a problem that Western thought, especially after someone like Immanuel Kant, is still wrestling with today. What's that core problem?
Well, if we look at the bigger picture, it's a profound challenge. Kant, who's obviously pivotal in modern philosophy, he famously argued that our theoretical reason, our everyday logic, scientific inquiry, it couldn't ultimately access metaphysics. He called it the noumenal world, the thing in itself, beyond appearances. He basically drew a line.
So our minds can only know how things appear.
That was his conclusion, yes. How things appear to us, not reality as it truly is in itself. So, to understand anything transcendent, he turned to practical reason, mostly ethics. But this move, this decision to limit theoretical reason's reach, it created what many see as a deep epistemological crisis in Western thought.
An epistemological crisis, meaning?
Meaning an ongoing fundamental struggle to understand the nature of knowledge itself. If our core reasoning can't grasp reality's deepest essence theoretically, then how can we truly know anything with ultimate certainty? It's a question that echoes down through philosophy, leading to a lot of skepticism about finding ultimate truth.
That sounds like a major roadblock. So if Western philosophy is still, in some ways, stuck on what is knowledge at this deep level, what did Ibn Sina propose 1,000 years earlier?
Okay, this is where his insights get really illuminating, I think. They offer a powerful counter-narrative. Ibn Sina basically said that acquired knowledge, what he called ilm husuli.
Acquired knowledge, so like facts, things we learn?
Yeah. Exactly. All our concepts, propositions, logical arguments, theories, everything we learn from the outside. He argued that this kind of knowledge by itself cannot ultimately resolve the question of knowledge in its deepest sense. The mind, he thought, can't fully grasp itself or the ultimate nature of knowing just by using its own constructs, these external things it picks up. Something more is needed.
Something beyond acquired knowledge.
Yes, something beyond just having information or concepts about things.
And that something beyond, that direct knowing, that's what he called presence-based knowledge, ilm huduri.
Exactly, ilm huduri. It's direct, unmediated awareness. It's not about thinking about knowing, it's just knowing directly.
Can you give an example?
Think about your own self-awareness right now, your conscious experience. You don't need logic to deduce that you exist or that you're awake or feeling something.
Right, I just know it.
You just are aware of it. It's fundamental, undeniable. But here's the challenge, and this is crucial. Ilm huduri cannot be fully defined or explained using acquired knowledge. The moment you try to put it into words or concepts, it turns back into ilm husuli, acquired knowledge.
I see. You can't capture the experience itself with a definition.
Precisely. It's an experience and awakening. He uses the term tanabu in his work, Isharat wa Tanbihat. You have to be present to know presence. It's a direct apprehension, not a conceptual grasp.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So, for us, for you listening, how can we actually cultivate this? Is there a practical way to approach ilm huduri?
He does give us a powerful mental exercise, a very practical one. Imagine you're trying to figure out who you really are at your core. You might list your job, nationality, family ties, opinions, memories, all the facts you've learned, your beliefs, everything you've acquired.
Oh.
Ibn Sina suggests, just for a moment, mentally putting all of that aside. Put it in a kind of parenthesis.
Bracket it off.
Exactly. Momentarily set aside all those accumulated external inputs, labels, learned information. What are you left with?
Just awareness.
Being.
That pure essential self. The knower that's separate from all the things known, that raw, fundamental awareness of simply being.
Yeah.
That's the core of Ilm Huduri. It's not about emptying the mind completely, but about discerning the essential self, the subject, from all the accumulated objects of knowledge and experience.
The practice, then.
A continuous practice. It reminds me of Imam Ali's profound saying, "He who knows his self knows his Lord." It's about recognizing that fundamental subject of all experience.
That's a really profound exercise, and this deep understanding of knowledge, both acquired and presence-based, it even colored how he understood divine attributes, didn't it? There's that beautiful quote about God's wisdom and action.
Indeed there is. Ibn Sina states that God is Hakim fi ilmihi wa mukam fi fi'lihi.
Which means?
Roughly, wise in his knowledge and firm-wise in his action. Now that word mukam is absolutely crucial. Ibn Sina's take on it really shifts our perspective. How so? We usually think of firm as maybe rigid or severe.
Right, unyielding force perhaps. But Ibn Sina understood its root to be hikmah, which means wisdom.
Ah, so mukam here also means wise.
That's his insight. Therefore, God's actions aren't just hard or inflexible or merely powerful decrees. They are always fundamentally governed by wisdom, hikmah. This means divine action is always proportionate, always appropriate, perfectly aligned with what is truly right or merciful or just in any given situation.
That completely changes the feel of divine justice or power.
It really does. It reveals a divine wisdom that isn't just about immense strength, but about perfect, ultimate appropriateness in every single act, every manifestation. It suggests a universe where things unfold with an inherent, underlying wisdom.
So, wrapping this up for today, what does this all mean for us as we try to navigate our own search for knowledge? We've journeyed through Ibn Sina's complex thought. We saw how he went beyond just following Aristotle, building on him with this unique blend of discursive and intuitive wisdom, opening a path to direct insight. We touched on the tragedy of Al-Insaf, his lost masterpiece, and understood that double injustice he faced, showing him as a truly independent thinker. And maybe most crucially, we explored Ilm Huduri, presence-based knowledge, a compelling alternative to some of Western philosophy's ongoing struggles, and something that even reshapes how we might think about divine action.
And this really raises a vital question for all of us, doesn't it? In today's world, just saturated with information, where we're constantly acquiring knowledge, facts, data, opinions, how can we actually apply Ibn Sina's parenthesis exercise in our daily lives? How do we cultivate that critical, discerning mind, that inner awareness, to move beyond just stacking up facts? To truly know both ourselves at that fundamental level and maybe the deeper wisdom embedded in the world around us. It's really about finding that core essential awareness beneath everything we think we know.
That is a wonderful thought to carry with us. Please join us next time on Wisdom Unveiled. We'll continue this deep dive into the truly amazing world of Ibn Sina, uncovering even more of his unique, fresh, and deeply insightful ideas. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking that deeper wisdom.